This conference will now be recorded.
All right, happy Friday, everyone. Today is Friday, March 8th, excuse me. And unbelievable with Seal. So we watched this pretty much all day yesterday, and we just saw them keep loading up over and over and over and over and over again at that 3 level. And of course, in the aftermarket, we end up seeing this thing really kind of explode and get up to, past that 5 level. So after that kind of jumped up this morning, but if we look based off of what it fell down on when we really started to see this thing kind of jump back down, I mean, it's pretty much on nothing. I mean, there wasn't really too much volume until we got to pretty much about 7 o'clock. Uh, Biggest thing right now is that we're still kind of holding on that bearish pattern, but at the same time, we're not really getting as much buying as I would like to see around that 5 level. So 550, little bit of a burst over here coming in right before 9 o'clock. But as we've been coming back down towards it, we are starting to see that selling coming in, and I'm not really seeing as much new buying as I would like to. So overall, it came down on really not much. So that's really what I'm kind of going on right now. As long as we keep seeing that new buying coming in, there's no reason that we can't get back up towards that 7 level. So I'm going to be looking for that. We just got a nice burst over that 550, but it's going to have to continue. If we don't keep up that trading volume right now, we're going to end up seeing it come right back down to that double bottom. Actually, it would be triple bottom at 450. So we need that new buying, and then we should we certainly have more room. Next thing is TNXP. So coming in, we just saw a huge burst that came in right before we started our meeting, right at that 325 level. And it's just continuing on and still getting really, really good buying. And if you take a look, it's pretty much trading in 5-cent increments when we see these prints coming in, especially those bigger prints. So as of right this second, it's a little bit too far off for us to really say anything until we see what happens at that 350 level. Based off the buying that we have coming into here, there's no reason in the world that we cannot break past there. It's just going to be a matter of if it happens before the market actually opens. And if we get those prints at 350, we're going to be expecting it to pull down first before we would see it kind of take off and continue on its way. And the only other thing that I really have much interest in is this TROV, which kind of made its move while I was talking about the other ones. But coming into it, you see, the thing is that we just got some really good buying at that 9 level. And when I say really good buying, if we look over here at the orders, I mean, 3 prints is a lot, but we also saw that selling that came in at that 850 level that kind of helped push that thing back up. So I wouldn't be shocked to see, especially coming to 10 being a psychological level, seeing that come back up to 10 and kind of pull way back underneath that 850 before we would really see any type of move to try to test that 10 level again. So overall, as of right this second, we need that pullback. We need those 850 prints. We did have buying as well that it didn't pull back from as well. So those basically look like riders coming back in, not being able to break that 10 level, coming back underneath that 850 before, once again, we would be able to see it kind of break up above. And then all of our everyday stocks, pretty much everything out there is down a substantial amount. Now, there's not really that many great prints that I've seen so far. 167 had a print in Facebook. NVDA had a print or two at that 146 on the bid side. Roku's another one that's where we're seeing some pretty decent selling coming into around that 68.55, 68.75, right in those areas. But overall, haven't seen anything too great in the everyday stocks besides the fact that we know that they're going to move today. I mean, there's already that interest. It's that drop overnight. We should see, pretty decent volume come in compared to what we've been seeing. And as we get into that afternoon time, I'm going to expect things to pretty much die down a lot. So other than that, I don't really have anything else. It looks like these 3 cheaper stocks, everything is just, pretty much our everyday stocks. So let's take a look at the scanner. Let's see if anything new is in here. SBOT, 113,000 shares. Nice jump. But there's absolutely no follow through. So I'm going to put that one on our side list, SBOT, just because I do want to keep an eye on it, but it's going to need a lot more follow through, and we really didn't get any type of prints that came in at that 2 level. BBTH, I was looking at it this morning, but there's really not much that I see, for us to really do too much with. So coming over here, you can see, I mean, there's one print at 33. 33 had an aspirin. We have a 36 aspirin. I mean, there's just not really anything there for us to go on. A stock like this, if we're going to trade it, remember, it's just going to be like a TL or a Y. We need, 4 or 5 big prints that come back in, and then we're going to go from there. But as of right this second, I do not see anything like that in there yet. And then our scanners, like I said, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's just nothing really else that kind of jumps out that really shows too much. Let's see, anything new on here? BPTH, no. That seems about it. Now, anything else out there that I missed? Yeah, so that pretty much looks like it. All right, just so a few announcements. Remember, today we will be announcing towards the end of the close the Trader of the Week. And as well, classes are going to be starting next Tuesday, well, this upcoming Tuesday. All right, so if you are not enrolled yet, definitely make sure that you that we get into that. We have a lot of stuff going on. And other than that, NIO, there's nothing going on whatsoever in it right now. We overall we know what the story is, but as of right this second, there's just not really much out there. Tesla, I'm not really a big fan. If there's nothing else in the world going on out there, then I would take a look at it. But you can see this morning, I mean, 276 beautiful prints, pull back and then coming back up, but that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not really too much else to go in there. Does NTNX still have huge selling? Never satisfied. So let's take a look. NTNX, we know 34. We have a huge amount of, that's where the dominant market maker was, those sell prints. So it really has not, I mean, don't get me wrong, it moved underneath it, but there's definitely a lot more room for it to go down from those prints. But at the same time, there's absolutely nothing going on with it. So I don't really have too much. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Derek. It did, but the amount of prints and the amount of times that we saw it hit that 34, I would have expected a lot more than $1.50, especially it trades about $2 on average. So I still would be expecting a bit more from the amount of selling that we did see. Other than that, like I said, I mean, that's pretty much it. So once again, our everyday stocks, we have some real nice setups that are coming into there. We have some really nice cheap stocks that have that buying. And then overall, our everyday stocks, obviously, completely down. We're going to see a whole bunch that starts to go into them once we get closer to the open. All right, guys. So I will talk to everyone in the chat, and happy trading.